Hello everybody, my name is Brian, and welcome back to Let's Play, or DevCom, Pokemon Aria. In the last episode we came to Tunas Town, and in this one we will be leaving Tunas Town immediately after getting some stuff, and then going through the Chorus Woods and Route 3, and we will be ending in Himian City. Himian? I think Himian sounds better. Again, with the theme of the musical named Towns. This is supposed to be based off of a tune. And Himian is obviously like a hymn. And then there's the Chorus Woods. Versia is for verse. Things like that. There's a side quest you can start in this town that I did not pick up. And essentially you end up getting an eject button. I think that was what the item is. In the later portions of the game. You meet an NPC where, if you picked up the quest, will give you the eject button. This is the Chorus Woods. It's a really linear area, I have to say, but I am really happy with how it turns out, or how it turned out. If I ever have to redesign any of the old areas in Aria, like the 1.0 days, this would be a map I do not touch, because just the way it flows, and like there is a path you can go down that doesn't take you anywhere besides giving you an item, and it has like a trainer and some grass and stuff. It looks nice. Like, this map looks nice when you just zoom out. Even in the engine, if you just zoom out and see the entire thing, it just looks nice, and it looks even better in game with all the fog and the shading. I did, or like the fog and the screen tone changing and things like that. But because I changed the screen tone, you have this weird like transition-y effect where it kind of like the game just goes black for a second, doesn't fade, it just everything stops, and then you come out on the other side. It's really jagged and harsh, and I don't like it, but I have to have it that way if I want to have the forest keep its visual integrity intact. Anyway, Timber is learning low kick, which is pretty cool. But yeah, let's see. So this version of the wood, these woods used to have a rival battle in it, or at least a long time ago I used to plan out areas on paper before I actually put them in the game. Now I just put them in the game and like tweak things until they work. Oh, did I not get the Pokeball? Oh, I didn't get the Pokeball. No. Now I just tweak things until they work. So, in the paper version of this area, it used to have a rival battle, which was moved to the next route, which is Route 3, and you will see the rival battle in a second. Fight the guy. Yeah. This trainer actually used to be... So, in like the version of Elite Battle that I first used, because initially this game was a Game Jam game, like I said, where it was meant to be made in a month, right? So I was thinking about what I wanted to do for the Game Jam, and I was like, what about if I used the Elite Battle system? Because at the time there weren't many games using this Gen 5 battles, like Gen 5 skin for the battle system and essentials. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to just design the game around this and have it be like 5th gen style. It'll have battle frontiers instead of gyms. It'll be different, you know? And eventually it just grew out of control and became the game it is now. But why was I starting this rant? Oh yeah, the original trainers in the EBS before it got updated, they were a lot smaller, so the trainer would be smaller than the Pokemon, and it was really weird. And this guy was one that stuck out in mind because Benerio is larger than him. Anyway, let's just we're gonna head down, and as you can tell, the player decenters from the screen when he gets to the edges because of how I set the map up in the properties. Anyway, we're going to be healing up our Pokemon because I know there's a rival battle here. Let's talk about Belle, because at this point, you've only fought her once, or you put her fight in the beginning of the game is not optional, but you only fought her once, and at the time, yeah, she had her starter, like that was it. This is when you start to see why I enjoy Belle as like a gameplay idea is Belle herself is like the replayability of the game, you know? Because depending on what starter you choose, she'll have a completely different team. No, it doesn't follow like any formula. Like I know in Fire Red Leaf Green Red Blue, Gary's team, it was always the same, except for the starter and I think like one or two other Pokemon, and that's it. Same thing in pretty much every Pokemon game since then. I think Barry had a set team, minus the starter and like one Pokemon. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Shauna in X and Y has a set team. The rivals in X and Y minus Serena have a set team. So just, I like the idea of having a different rival every playthrough if you choose, depending on your starter, because it simply adds that level of replayability that's hard to get in Pokemon games, you know? Like normally if you want to have trainers have like randomized teams or stuff like that, it would be like, or different Pokemon in the team, it would have to be like via the rematch system, through the Pokegear, or Pokenav or whatever, and you don't get a Pokegear in this game. You just have a basic map and that's it. So having Belle is a good way to enforce that replayability without having those extra things in the game cluttering everything. Not really cluttering, it's just like it's unnecessary, you know. Anyway, enough with my design rant. And her Pokemon, Belle is also like a reflection of the player, you know? So, because Belle is a reflection of the player, she'll always be around the same level as you, just to also make her feel like a part of your adventure, you know? Like, she's going out into the world at the same time as you, she's as good as you, and you both have to struggle against each other to become better than the other. It's just things like that, that I enjoy in terms of design. And then we'll see after this rival battle, and this is just fucking crazy, man. I haven't done a full playthrough with Oshawott. I've only done a full playthrough with Servine, or with Snivy, and then Servine. That's eventually the starter I got at the end of the game, and then I started using that file when making 3.0, but then I added in some trainers before, and like an area I already passed through, and I didn't want to go back because then I would kind of mess up the balance, so I'm doing this and hoping that everything will be balanced and stuff. Anyway, Belle is also not going after the Frontiers. This is like the first time it's really shown. She just wants to fill up the Pokedex. That's like all she really wants to do. So she heads back into the forest to catch some more Pokemon, and this doctor heals your Pokemon, and yeah. So I get this Pokeball, I think I get this Pokeball. Is the video still running? Yeah, okay, there you go. Pick up the potion, and then this is where I realize that the encounter rate is the thing. The ledges on this route don't work in this version. It's updated in 6.2.1, which is good. No, not 6.2. 2.6.1. It's updated so that the ledges actually work. You can see me actually trying to do it. And I tried controlling, like in debug you can hold control to go through walls. Normally if I held control and went down the ledge it would work. I would like hop up and down. But I am not playing in debug mode, so the Pokemon on this route, they're kind of weak-ish. They're the typical things you find out like outside forests, like Pineco and Azuro and things like that. I actually catch this Azuro because Fairy type is in the game, and I didn't know if Azuro was a Fairy type or not, and it isn't, apparently. I didn't know that. I could swear Azuro was a Fairy type. Let me actually Google this while I watch the video. Azuro typing. Dual Fairy, normal Fairy. Oh, okay, I gotta update that. Maybe Fairy isn't in the Pokedex? Might not even be in the Pokedex. I don't know. So I skipped these trainers. You don't need to fight them. I'm probably gonna go back in a later video and fight them. or like off screen and fight them or something like that. Anyway, this is the central Lua professor, and she tells you to go to her lab. She wants to give you something. So it's said in if you're looking for the EXP share, it's up here. If you remember back in the opening of the game, it says that you got a letter from the professor board, which implies there's more than one professor. Am I ending the episode? No, I skipped it. I skipped. I paused the video and then come back. Which implies there's more than one professor, because there is. There are 5 professors in the Lua region. There is Pine, Palm, Red, and then the other 2 just aren't. They exist in the world, but they aren't like major characters. I don't even remember their names. But Red is really the most important one. I should talking about here. Palm is talking about. And Red is important because he allows you to purify the shadow Pokemon you find throughout the game. And yes, I did say shadow Pokemon because freaking Team Discord, man. Shadow Pokemon, or Pokemon with purple auras, is actually straight up said they're shadow Pokemon, so I debunk the theory that it could be something else immediately. And I actually really like how there's overworlds for shadow Pokemon in this game, and there's only 2. There's a Monferno and then one for another Pokemon. That would be spoilers if I said what it was. But I really like what I did because it's really simple. I just took like a purple color and I like paint bucketed and then made the layer. And this is on a different layer than like the actual overworld sprite. And I went through and I made the layer with the purple opaque so that you could like see through, and it's like this really cool opaque purple-y kind of deal. And then like erased around it to make it look cool. Anyway, those cop guys, they're the thing stopping you from getting through. They actually go away after you beat the second gym. And then this route, the down path, leads to Route 4, which connects to Symphonia City. And there's 2 ways you can get into Symphonia City. And yeah, so we took the airplane to the next town, which is Himian. I kind of walk around the airport for a little bit, but then I realize, I'm not going to do that because nothing's here. So I leave. Welcome to Himian City. Himian City is pretty cool. We go in the Pokemon Center immediately. We don't explore. Himian City is supposed to be based off of San Francisco, but I didn't do a very good job, so I think I'm just going to redesign Himian and have it be its own thing, because I do plan on having, if everything, I'm not confirming or denying this, but if everything goes the way I plan it to go, there will be a second region based off of a state in the US, and I really don't want to say anything more about it. But then we go in here, and we talk to this guy, and he says, I isolate myself in order to strengthen my bonds with the earth. I will test your bonds. Speaking, you are not worthy. You have to be deemed worthy by this name to get a really, really good TM. I think it's a TM. Anyway, those gates are messed up, or the fences are messed up, so I think I'm going to, the video is ending soon. I will see you guys in the next episode of Pokemon Aria DevCom. See you in the next one. Bye!